Hi, this is Donna Dracunis, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this decorative cast-on called Puntas, Andean tradition technique that I use, as is traditional, a crochet hook and knitting needle to do. So we're going to start with a crochet hook, and you want one that's about the same size as your knitting needles that you're using for the project. And we're going to, so I just made a slip knot in case you're wondering what I'm doing. I made a slip knot, nothing special there, regular slip knot. I put it on my hook, and I'm going to make a crochet chain. And this is like a provisional cast on, except we're not going to take it off. So this is just a regular crochet chain here on the hat in the gold on the edge. I'm going to use this blue here on my crochet hook, and I'm just going to crochet a chain. And the pattern tells you how many stitches to use, but you can do this as you go. You don't have to worry if you're a little bit off at the end. So when you get to the number of stitches you think you have right, you can chain a few more, okay? And then you can break off a tail as long as you want, you know, pretty long, like 10 inches or something. Or you can, for the time being, just make a big loop and leave the ball of yarn attached. Because we're going to go back to this other end of the chain and start working here with make the knitted part of the cast on, which is these little green triangles. And when we get as far as we need to be, then we can fasten this off, remove any extra chains, or add more if we didn't have enough. So what we're going to do then is take another color and a knitting needle. And you're going to need 2 knitting needles, but of course we're going to start with the one in our right hand, and we're going to pick up and knit 4 stitches. So I find it sometimes easier to use the second needle to help pick up stitches. So I'm actually knitting into that loop on the back of the chain. So can you see that? The front of the chain is where it looks like a chain. And the back of the chain has these bumps, and these bumps in the center are where we're going to pick up. Okay, so I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to get this working yarn and pull it through. See, so that was a little hard, right? Because I dropped it. So what I like to do sometimes is put the left needle in as though I'm going to be knitting, because that helps me stabilize things. So I put that left needle in, okay? And you'll hold the yarn and needles, tensioning and whatever, however you do. Put the right needle in and then knit up a stitch. See, so you're using that left needle like you do in regular knitting as a lever, even though it didn't have stitches on it. Because you can also just stick the crochet hook in, pull these up with the crochet hook, and then transfer them to the needle, and so forth. So what you're going to do though is pick up 4, okay? And that's what it's going to look like. Now we're ready to work, but we're not going to turn. We're going to use this second needle. So the stitches that we cast on, we put in the right hand, and the working needle in the left hand. So we're going to take the second stitch here and pass it over like binding off. So now we have 3 left. Okay, and then we're going to pick up and knit 1 more in the next loop on the back of the chain. And at this point you may not need the help of the second needle anymore because you've got stuff there that's stable. So now I have 4 stitches again. Okay, now I'm going to pass 1, 2 stitches over, binding off. Okay, then I'm going to go into that next loop and pick up a stitch. Okay, and that's 3. Okay, now I'm going to turn, and I'm going to purl 3, and I'm going to turn And I'm going to knit 3, and then I'm going to get that next bump in the chain and put it on the needle. I'm not going to knit it, so I've got 3 stitches that I just did to make the triangle, and then I put 1 stitch from the chain on the needle. So now I have this contrasting color. Okay, then I'm going to pick up, again, I'm starting over with picking up 4 stitches. So doing the exact same thing that I did for the first one. We'll just do it quickly. 1, 2, 3. Again, you can pick up stitches however you want. 4. Okay. Pass 1 over. Pick up 1 more. Pass 2 over. Pick up 1 more. I'm at the end of my chain here because I just made it that long. Pick up 1 more. All right, and then turn and purl 3. Whoop. You can see this is fussy. It's not hard, it's just fussy. Turn and knit 3. And now here's what I just wanted to show you. I don't have a stitch to slip, so I left the big loop here so I can put my crochet hook back in, and I can chain more, as many as I need more, make the big loop again till I'm sure that I have it right. Okay, then I have that stitch that I need to slip, just put it on there and slide it over, and then I continue picking up more. So see, if I get to the end and I have extra chains, I can just pull them out because I hadn't fastened off that color. And when I get to that last loop, I don't want to pull that out because I don't want to undo the stitches on the needle. So then I would cut my yarn, pull it through, and fasten it off. So hope that's helpful. You can watch it over and over if you need to see it more than once. But that's how we make that punta edge. And then we just are going to join and knit in the round as normally, as though this was just a regular cast on edge.